All right, I feel like we're live now. Quick check over on Twitch. TV, twitch.tv. That's where people go to stream them being sick, apparently. You got twitch.tv. Oh, hey, what's up? Now live symbol. That means I think it worked. Because I'm pretty sure I just added my Twitch stuff. I'm trying to... Yep. We don't want that. We don't want that looping. Okay, cool. All right, so... Post on Ivory. I'm just going to paste what I was putting in there earlier. Oh, I forgot I made that TT as like a backtick thing. See, that would have been smart of me to remember. Also, for those that don't know, I have a new keyboard that I'm forcing myself to learn how to use because, good Lord, I cannot type to save my life. Does that work? It does. Sweet. Yeah, there we go. Nope. Okay, cool. And there is lots of tinting on it, apparently. No, there's not very much tinting at all. Okay, so yeah, this was the original problem that we got, was like they want us to implement OpenTelemetry here. The problem is that, one, I'm not fully sure I know what I'm doing when it comes to that, but also it's kind of a little tough area to think on. But I did start working on it. We also moved the base generator template into the Azure samples repo, which if you're ever walking around, like, this is a great, if you're using Azure, this is a great repo you can go into. There's a lot of really good demos, the Azure Search OpenAI demos in here. Not everything is available to y'all, but most of it is. Azure, boom, there we go. So yeah, we moved over our project to here. There's a lot. I'm actually going to be passing this on to someone else. So there's a lot that I'm wanting to like button up, add a little bow to, and call it a day. So yeah, that's going to be, man, that's going to be interesting. What are these branches? Are these merged? Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like these were merged. This one should be merged. Do we have any open PRs? No open PRs. Fix Windows test failing due to method manually being set to spawn. Okay, cool. So that, yeah, that was kind of where we left off on that. But let's do new issues. Hate to do this, but we actually have original versions for this as well, but all right, so let's start with the easy one, which is Django, because I've already done Django before. So now I'm just like, we'll just do it again. Is this? Yeah, that's the right one. There we go. Nope, not that one. Gotta go open the new one. Hey. There we go. Oh, y'all shouldn't be looking at that. How do I? There we go. All right. Oh, that's right. Y'all only see this. All right. So, this Django project. So originally they were saying you put it in views, which makes no sense. I don't think we do this anymore. I think we're just going to add it here. A lot of the stuff that we're going to have to worry about and think about is in terms of what we need to import. Now, the nice thing about this is we don't really need to do too much. OpenTelemetry is super convenient in that I can just import it and call it a day. So, well, not OpenTelemetry, but the Azure OpenTelemetry. It actually does a lot of the management stuff for us. So we just do Azure, monitor, OpenTelemetry. Nope. Should be configure Azure monitor. And I'm guessing I don't have my so yeah, let's get that in there. Then we also want to make sure that in here we have our requirements up to date. Yeah, see, we still have these open census points in here. Those need to go. I'm not using those at all. Then we don't need any of this stuff. So we can just do Azure, monitor, OpenTelemetry. And we don't want the exporter. We just want Azure monitor, OpenTelemetry. And actually, I don't even think we put this in manage.py. We do this where it's called. So this is going to be in whiskey.py. So, yep, right there. Well, not there, but there. And then, boom, that. Yep. And that should be it. Now, naturally, there's a bunch of stuff that didn't get brought over. So we're going to need to also add that. Why is my brain is just every time I do this, it's just like, thinking is hard. Also, I am testing out Ecamm. So if you see me, my head bobbing and weaving all over the place, that's probably why. I'm trying some new software. I want to see how it works. I'm probably going to use it. If you want to try it too for your stream, you can go to the Ecamm website and use the promo code Conduit, get you a free month. That would be great because it also tells them to continue to support us since they sponsored the podcast. So I'm actually trying this out so that I can talk about it more on the podcast that I do. All right, so my guess is if those, if the open census stuff was in there, I have a strange feeling that it's also going to be in settings. So let's go to settings. Oh, look at that. Go up to the top. Make sure we're not importing any open census stuff. Make sure we're not adding any open census middleware that needs to be added. There is no, yep, boom, right there. There is no OpenTelemetry middleware that we need to add. It doesn't get added as middleware, which is interesting. This doesn't change at all, which is great. So now what we should be able to do is deploy a sample of this. Then we can do, I just realized how dark it is. Hold on. Lights. Oh, not blinding. And then adjust this a little bit. So we should be able to deploy this locally inside of a dev container and see our telemetry traces pop up. Afterwards, we should be able to deploy. Oh, actually, no, we can't because we don't have our connection strings. I think that was the other thing that we needed to make sure that we added, which we have. It's application insights connection string. That should be fine. I don't think we need to manually define that because it's already included. All right, so let's just do a test deployment and see what happens. All right. So let's open this up. We're gonna do Python tools, update info py, repos, nope. Repos. Well, I kind of, you go for, you're not doing anything for a week, not even a week. You're not doing anything for like 3 days, and then all of a sudden you forget how to do everything. Update info.py. What's this called? It's not update repo. Update. Yep, update. Repos update. That's what it is. Python tools update info. Repo. Repos update. And then we provide the path, and we're gonna do Azure, Django, we'll just start that ACA. That should give us the one that we're looking for. And I could probably update that so that it gives the one. Oh, that's right. It's going to pull from Git. It's going to pull from Git. We don't want it to pull from Git. I mean, pulling from Git isn't the end of the world, but that's fine. Let's do this. This is why I actually did. That's why I added these issues so I could quickly come in here, set that, boom, boom. Publish this branch. I could have made that a lot smaller in terms of the name, but I mostly just want this portion here. Cool, copy that. And then we want dash dash, nope, dash dash, checkout. equals that. Didn't have the that should be right. I should have done the thing. Because branch is the thing that gets created. Oh, yeah. Something here got jacked up in this. Because what it's doing is it's checking out the branch. That's not supposed to happen. That's not supposed to happen. Here. Where are we at? Get clone B, check out. Yeah, that's not supposed to happen. That's just supposed to clone the URL. Then it's supposed to check out the branch. Then when it runs cruft update, it's supposed to do the cruft update checkout right there. All right, so we should be good now. Run it back. Yeah, there we go. Which, the fact that I used the cruft update one is fine. I'm not too worried about that. To be honest, I really only needed the first one, but it is what it is. All right, so it's gonna do its little thing. Just go to new branch here. CD update repos. Ooh, that's a lot. I didn't realize there were going to be that many. Let's go to log, update info log. What's our path here? The CFE. Okay. Okay. Code, update repos. Then we're gonna do C. That one. There we go. Cool. So we got that. I don't think we want to reopen it in a container just yet. I mean, we could. Let's reopen it in a container just to verify that. Yep. Not just that, but let's also verify that everything is working as expected. A lot of stuff open. Why do I got so much stuff open? All right. Oh, dang it. I'm gonna have to switch this over. I don't mind doing the primary display stuff. it's like every time I go to do it, I'm afraid like some message notification, yada, yada, yada is gonna pop up and then it's gonna be like, But luckily I'm not doing too much crazy stuff. Too much wild stuff here. Okay, are we running? We don't have our workspace set up. What is this doing? What's our output? Where's our output? I feel like this thing is secretly just trying to mess with me now. Well, I'll take this time and do a little bit of analog productivity. All right. Sweet. All right. So migrations happened. Everything happened there. We can do. What is this? This is going to be G unicorn source dot. You know what? That's what the readme's for. Where are you at in here? Shoot. No, that's not the right one. That's not the one we want to do. We want to do a different one. We want to do... Because if we do manage.py, we're not going to get into the telemetry spot. So we got to do the G unicorn one, which is further in. We can get what that command is inside of our Docker file, inside of source. Docker file, it's probably entry point. This one right there. It's going to be source.project.whiskey. Oh, well, not fully that, but close. Close. There we go. Boom, like that. We're running. Page didn't send any data. What? Instrumentation key cannot be empty. Okay, so this is one of the things that I was slightly worried about, because we need to define our Azure Application Insights instrumentation key for this to work. This is where we need to add an if statement to this in here when we call this, because it's trying to figure out how do I configure this. So then we would need to do if os.environ.get or I guess we could do, what is it? Get env? Yeah, if get env up Azure app, that word. Yep, that thing. Now let's tab. I'm typing so slow, I don't like it. Makes me feel like a fraud. I feel fraudulent. Okay, and we can just go in here, we'll duplicate that. This would allow people to test locally without having to have this weird thing going on here. So, and again, we're doing the same thing. I'm not too worried about that. There we go. Then we can run it back. Whoa, no module name project. What? What do you mean no module name project? What? It worked once and then it failed? Oh, would help if I remove the source then on this part. That shouldn't be happening. Little slow. Why is it so slow here? Okay, well. All right, so page is loading. Page is doing stuff. That's good. And close that. And then go back here. Not found static manifest.js. Okay, so wow. Did some errors not? I don't know what code got pushed into this version, but a lot of these things have been fixed already. Did I not pull something? Was I supposed to pull something from main and I didn't? Yeah, let's stash these, I guess. Here, actually, let's do this because this needs to be updated. Adds conditional to what? Configure Azure monitor. Yeah, let's do that. And then that needs to be stashed. Push that. Come back here. Main. Okay, cool. Okay, no, main was clean. That's wild. Did something get reverted? I hope nothing got reverted. That would be annoying. So that's going to be in base.html. Yeah, because the issue is, yeah, it's this. Whoa, that's not supposed to happen. Okay. That was the issue in that static can't be found, which kind of is what it is on that. We need to do that here as well, though. It's right here. Oh. All right, so now naturally site itself works, but it's not going to give us any, yeah, fix that problem. Sweet. All right, so we can close that, which is cool. We can do azd auth login. It's gonna ask us to sign in. We do that. Cool, we logged in. Now we can do, actually, before we do that, let this, oh, that's right, it's not gonna let me delete it from here anyway. I feel like most of these are not supposed to be still in existence. I just want to make sure I didn't have one already in existence that I need to look at. So that's good. We can go AZD up, enter environment name. We're going to call it Azure Django Hotel. Why not? Downloading. It's doing its thing. It's doing its stuff. While that's doing its thing, let's go ahead and base.html remove the it's gonna take a second to do. So while that's doing that, I'm going to be going over here. Yep. Then we're gonna do that. Submit that as a PR. Cool. So we got that, and then what was the other thing we needed? Checkout is supposed to be used. What is this? Checkout is supposed to be used to update. Cool. It's still going, it's still going, it's still doing its thing. So now the thing that still frustrates me. Okay, so we're in main now, which is good. That's always the challenge. I have to figure out like where am I pulling from. Okay, cool. And then we can submit a PR. Okay, cool. And now we can do GH browse. We can select some new music. This done yet? Nope. AZD up takes a longer portion where if you just do AZD deploy, like this is all just the AZD provision stuff. That part takes a second. But once we get rid of that, you know, it's relatively smaller. Less stress. There we go. All right, so we're not going to go into check that yet because it's never ready. It's never ready as soon as the link is up. There we go. Sweet. We can see this. Should be up and running. Boom. Sweet, sweet. Now, the hard part about this is it takes a second to get the stuff passed into the logs. So we shouldn't see anything. Not inside of here. We're not going to see anything in there. But when we go in here, our application insights, we're probably not going to see anything. It's just like nothing's going to be in there, which is fine. We just need to give it a second, because we're going to want to see requests, and then we're going to want to also see dependencies, and we're going to also want to see traces. And that's where things get very, very cool at that point. Then we can actually start to see a bunch of stuff happening, and I'll be really excited at that point. So like I said, let's give that a second. Let's let that continue to do its thing. Let's click some more pieces. I'm mostly just clicking these pieces to see if we can actually get stuff logging. We can also probably check not our analytics logs, but the container logs. Containers. Let's make sure the environment variables exist. Application insights, connection string. Did I pass that value in correctly? Nope. So it didn't work. I already know it didn't work because it isn't using the right. It's supposed to be using this. That's the environment variable that it's looking for. So let's correct that. Oh, that's what that should be. We're going to also need to go back into our other project and update that, which is fine. We can go to main. Let's pull that down. And then let's go here. And this is where Copilot will mess you up if you are not careful. Because I just blindly accepted whatever Copilot gave me. Like, yeah, that looked right. Was it right? Absolutely not. Boom. There we go. And boom. That's fine. That's why is there no change in the source control? What are we doing? That's what I thought. All right, so in that case, we need to do AZD nope. AZD deploy. Let that do its thing. Oh, look, that's done. Sweet. Cool. Again, we want to be able to pull any changes down. No Open pull requests. I could have sworn there was a way to get. Oh, cool. That's interesting that it does. I like it. That's actually really cool. Fix manifest call. Yeah, see, this is weird that we had all of these. I don't know what those are, so we're just gonna deleting branches. Pulls from the same name. Oh yeah, that would make sense. You can't delete from the same repo the branch that you're on, otherwise you would break yourself. Yeah, cool. Okay, so this is done. Now let's go back up here. Check the revision. Latest revision, check the time. Time's 2 minutes ago or a minute and a half ago. So we know we're on the latest version. We got any logs that we need to be worried about? Oh, hold on. Revisions, boom, go in here. Console logs. What? What? I don't even know. Y'all wilding right now. All right. There we go. We can do this. Okay, cool. So found another nah, that'll be fine. That's migration stuff. We did the migrations. I don't see any. I don't see the call for configuration, but also seems like things are working. And I guess if I wanted to test it, I could just also test locally. But, see, here we go. We're getting, yeah, see, we're actually getting responses. One item accepted, one received. So we're getting signals. We just don't know if it's getting everything that we would expect. And that was the issue that we ran into before, was that we were getting messages, but we couldn't tell if the messages were what we were looking for. And that's why we have to then come back in here and you look at dependencies. Dependencies are probably going to have nothing yet. Okay. We look at requests. Requests will probably have nothing yet. Oh, okay. There we go. All right. So we have requests and we actually have our path names, and that's happening because of the OpenTelemetry stuff. So that's good. This is what we want. We like this. This is great. We're also getting result codes so that if we were, down the road, if we were wanting to see if we were getting errors, we could check that. Again, if we wanted to see just all of our traces, we could see all the traces popping in. No traces yet, which is good, because that means that we're not passing all the logging stuff in then, I guess. The dependencies are taking some time. We'll come back to that. We'll see. So my guess is that since we got the requests are good. That's gonna be helpful. They need like a pause button on this just so I can like pause what the screen shows instead of that. Oh, no, you're looking at Arc. Let's go back to Edge so that I can load up. I just realized I just didn't have some messaging up and running, which was going to cause issues elsewhere. All right. All right. That all looks good. There we go. Dependency requests. This is what we were looking for. So now when this runs, we're getting all of our actual SQL messages passed in. And you can actually see the command that's brought. And of course, this information could get exported elsewhere, but we're trying to do the simplest version of this, we're not trying to do anything that's going to be way beyond the scope of what we're trying to show here. These are for samples. If you want to do the more in-depth stuff, then there's the exporter for that, and you can use that. All right, so cool. Seems like that worked. We can now submit this PR. Manage.py. Let's go in here. What do we change? I know you lying. Can I just not do that? Oh no, I think we had to remove stuff from manage.py. No, we didn't. I think we just added. Yeah, we just added that. How do I? That's gonna be annoying. Because Rough's gonna be like, you gotta get rid of this. All right, so now let's go here. Are you really not gonna let me? I know Roughlant fails. Roughlant always fails because of other issues. Push that. Okay, thank you. Yep, we remove that middleware. We remove all those settings and everything else stays the same. Beautiful. That's beautiful. I love that it's that easy. Whiskey, we add our configure Azure monitor. We don't have to provide any other details. It's just going to go from there. And then requirements, we just get rid of the open census stuff, and then we just add Azure monitor OpenTelemetry, which does the other stuff there. Okay. So let's say cool. And then once we do pass this in, we're going to just squash it. these repo templates that we automatically add are annoying because the actual content is so much easier. All right, cool. So Flask is not Flask. Django is done. Easy day. Okay. My guess is that FastAPI is probably going to be the next easy one. I don't think we have a FastAPI sample though that uses OpenTelemetry. So let's just do OpenTelemetry, FastAPI. Because I kind of want to see what they're doing in their app. Yeah, OpenTelemetry, FastAPI, Instrumenter. Ours is configure Azure Monitor does this exact thing. Okay, and then they basically just got all their other stuff, and then SQL Alchemy, Instrumentor. So this is the thing that I'm wondering about, because we're using, if I remember correctly, and I can check it, Azure Open Monitor doesn't do SQL Alchemy Instrumenter, it does PsychoPG. We're calling PsychoPG. I don't think that that's a problem, personally. I don't know. Okay, and then they're just auto-instrumenting the app at the bottom, and they're just doing it at their main.py. So my guess is probably where they're calling this, we would want to call our configure Azure Monitor. So let's jump back over to main. Let's go to our issues. Let's go to FastAPI. Hello. Hello there. And then we're going to do, we didn't have any open census stuff for FastAPI, so I'm not too worried about cleaning it up. Oh goodness, source folder name, source, FastAPI, FastAPI app. And yeah, this is where we would need from, I guess it's a third party, so I'm supposed to go up here from Azure Monitor. And then, yep. So wait, in their example, okay, yeah, they're just calling it. So it's just configure Azure Monitor. And you don't have to provide. And see, this is what threw me off, was that when they do it, they yield the application. They call the application, but for us, we're not calling the application, which is very confusing to me because that makes me believe that I should be calling the application somewhere. Because I've seen similar examples that do the exact same thing, and I'm like, I don't understand how it knows where to pull from. So if we go, what is it? Microsoft, Python, Azure Monitor. I can't remember if it's Microsoft Azure Monitor or if it's where it's under. Yeah, I know, but you should send me to the boom. Yep, Azure SDK. And then we go Azure Monitor, not the exporter here. Pretty sure they don't have a FastAPI sample, but I'm going to double check. What's up, Jeremy? Metrics. instruments, tracing. Yeah, HTTP FastAPI for tracing. So yeah, they just call configure Azure Monitor. That's it, and then they do app. And I wonder if you have to call your application app at that point. He's actually putting it at the top, which is really interesting that it's at the top. I don't think it matters all that much, but there is a part of me that just wants to know configure. No. So I don't think it's in configure. Is it in? Nope. Oh. Fully supported instrument libraries. Ugh. So this is the kind of stuff that like frustrates me about applications that are laid out like this, that are doing a lot of stuff, is I struggle to understand where they are. Auto instrumentation, diagnostics, utilities. I think that's the same one, right? I mean, I'm guessing it's just calling the auto instrumenter. So I wonder if the auto instrumenter requires you to have it labeled as app. Configuration layer, Azure components, keyword, tokens. Because currently you can't, all you can do is say, I do or don't want certain instruments. Set up instrumentations, configurations. I bet that is over here. Set up instrumentations. All support instrumentations. Base instrumenter. Where are you at? From OpenTelemetry, instrumenter, base instrumenter. Yeah, so if I'm guessing, and I am guessing with this, my assumption is that it is pulling whatever the auto instrumenter configuration is, and I'm guessing from there it has to be called app. It's just going to be looking for app. Funny thing is, they actually put it at the top. Maybe there's a value to putting it at the top. I don't know. They put it even before you define the app, so we're just going to do that. We'll see. Okay. And that's kind of all they did, which is kind of cool, but also let's commit that, and then we're going to do the same thing that we did last time. Python tools, update info, repos, update, and then we're gonna do FastAPI. No, Azure FastAPI. Postgres. CA. Okay. And then we can check the logs and see what did I not publish this branch? Forgot to do checkout. There we go. Okay. Then we check our log. Oh. It's in this one. Cool. All right. So we're going to do the same thing that we did last time, where we're going to open it up inside of a dev container first, just to make sure that everything loads as is expected. Let it do its thing. While it's doing that, I want to see, do we get some more? Not as many as I thought there would be. This doesn't feel like it's everything though. 26, I guess. Yeah, these destination PKs. It's only loading the stuff. I'm guessing I guess this stuff gets called from cache, which is good. Actually, Redis was the other thing that we wanted to add, was to add a caching layer, or I guess add some form of caching layer, which we never did, which is frustrating, but is what it is. Also, I don't know if y'all hear that noise in the background. I have no idea what that is. I'm guessing it's someone doing yard work outside. Unfortunately, it's not at our house, so I don't know. All right, so is this good? Not good? We got the port forwarding signal, but we didn't get anything else? See, this happens. I don't know why this happens from time to time. And I just have to rebuild container. And then it loads perfectly fine after that. And my guess is I just have so many different versions of the same versions on here that I've got stuff I need to do, like a Docker prune and stuff, but there we go. This is what I was waiting for. Cool. Doing all the Debian stuff. Playwright stuff. I guess the big question with this is, in our Docker file, do we do a pip install? We install from requirements? Really? No model name Azure. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing I gotta clean out. Because I'm guessing, is requirements up to date there? Because we're passing in an app here. I'm very confused by why are we installing Azure, because we don't need to. We just need to be here. Come on. Keys, thank you. Azure monitor OpenTelemetry. That's all we need. Then of course we need Postgres, we need PsychoPG and SQL model, which is, we don't have, yeah. That's always going to be Postgres. We don't support anything else. So yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's not, we can update this here. I'm just confused on why we have this requirements here. I guess that makes sense. I guess that makes sense. Okay. Cool. I feel like that's what was supposed to happen. Do we have Gunicorn? We don't. Oh, yeah, we do. Okay, cool. So from there, this Docker file should work. Entry point, we do, yeah, pip install E right there. And why are we doing pip install upgrade pip twice? Why are we doing pip install upgrade pip twice? We're doing that twice. And it doesn't hurt to do it twice. But why are we doing it twice? We don't need to do it twice. That's like a small issue. Oh shoot, we gotta do that. We gotta do the check for application insights in here. Otherwise, it's gonna fail. So if os.v application insights connection string, then we run configure Azure monitor like that. Let's copy that in app.py. But no. There we go. And run that. Ooh, halt server. What was the halt reason? App failed to load. What? Huh. Failed to find attribute application. I'm guessing that it's supposed to be, yeah, I just. There it goes. Startup complete. We're loading. We're in there. We're clicking on stuff. Cool, that works. Sweet, they like it, I love it. So now, oh, definitely need to go in and clean up some of these. resource groups. We could delete this resource group at this point now. And the only reason I'm doing this is I'm always suspicious that the more of these that I have running, the likelihood that I'll bump into, like, hey, your plan is using whatever resources that it shouldn't be using. Grr. That's always an annoyance in itself. All right. So now we got that. We can do our AZD up. Shoot. AZD auth login. Because you got to do your auth login first. AZD up. Azure, FastAPI, OTel. Yep. 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 And we let that run. All right, so now that we've done that, hold on. It's bothering me that it's just sitting here open. All right, so we can do that, we can do that. It's gonna create a new one here at some point. We'll see. And that's gonna keep running. Actually, let's go over to this one and take a peek. Nope. Yep, okay. All these tests passing? Yay. Hooray. Okay. Like, this whole thing is just, yeah, get rid of that. The deployment steps for Azure run python-m pip install Yo, Kojo, what's going on? Kojo, really quick, I'm going to star that. I've been told I can like make it appear on the screen. How does that work? Like right on top of my face. That means my face is in a bad spot. Need to move that. Hey Kojo, how's it going? I'm doing two things. One, I'm testing new software to see how it works. Oh, can adjust your face and stuff. Okay, but how do I make it go away after a little bit? Do I have to just... I can't just hide it? That's annoying. I have to like manually close it. Is what it is. But yeah, hey, good to see you. Just filing issues, deploying code, that stuff. Some would say fantastic. But yeah, just doing a bunch of stuff, trying to wrap up this project. I'm actually going to be passing it on to someone. So the last big thing that I wanted to get done with it was get OpenTelemetry set up for it. So I'm doing it. And then I got a meeting later today where I'm going to go, it's your puppy now. it's your responsibility. But thanks for swinging by. The first happens in Docker file, the second happens in entry.sh. Understand the application, can deploy to app service. I believe how does app service handle that? Not in here, that'd be in here. Because app service has its own process, and I'm pretty sure one of the first steps of app service is that it's going to do a pip install update pip. Or yeah. There's always admin to do. Always admin. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. I'm also trying out this new streaming software. It's not new, but it's new for me, even though it's kind of old for me too. It's called Ecamm Live. They sponsored our podcast on Conduit, so there's like this oh, I want to be able to talk about this nicely if it deserves it. While we're waiting, we can do ecamm.com. I'm guessing it's ecamm.com. It is ecamm.com. Yeah, so ecamm.live, this whole thing, you can download it. It's Mac only. Pricing is a little bit cheaper than StreamYard. I do like the interface because you don't have to, it's not a web interface. It's like you just go in and it's an app that you run on your local machine. So that's kind of cool. It has a really nice drag and drop interface. Like if I wanted to drag in your comment of there's always something to do, I just drag it in. It literally just throws it wherever I drop it, which is kind of annoying. But hey, I guess that's a quirk that I got to figure out. And maybe that's something that I can edit. I can figure out and fix in a setting. But yeah, again, if you decide that you're going to subscribe, when you hit that subscribe button, once you sign up, it's going to say, hey, do you sure you want to subscribe? Use the code Conduit. That's going to get you, it's going to get you a discount. Actually, can you just do it directly in the thing? If I do ecamm.com/conduit, I don't think that works. I don't think it works. I think it just takes you to ecamm.com. So yeah, use keyword conduit. That is boom. And that's going to get you a free month trial of the pro plan. I think normally it's like a week, like 2 weeks, and it just gives you an extra 2 weeks. So yeah, give that a shot. What are we doing? Okay, so yeah, app service. I don't think we run any of this stuff when we run the app service one, so that's still not an issue. Where's our infra? Where are you? Source folder name, infra, boom, app service. Yeah, see, I don't think we're actually calling anything. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, interesting. It's got some nice things to it. The fact that it's a local alternative on the Mac from OBS, which is constantly being broken. And it's relatively hands off. And it seems to be pretty stable from what I can tell. Unless my camera's doing that weird twitchiness again. Doesn't look like it. So yeah. All right. I think that's still okay to remove this because I don't see any commands that are saying use one or the other. Okay. Okay, so this is done. It deployed. Okay, page loads. We can do that. Is Venus not in any? Whoa. Something in there is not working correctly. As Madeline would say, something is not right. Whoa. Do I need to migrate something? I feel like there's like a migration didn't happen or something. How do we migrate in FastAPI? Because we're using Olympic. We have our little command here. The thing that's throwing me off though is that should be, That's big. That's a big error. There's a part of me wondering if it's like just the template's messed up. Destination detail. Yeah, for cruising cruises. How are we defining cruises? So my guess is like whatever app.py probably just doesn't have cruises in here. Let's see. Close that for now. Destination, request, destinations, all destinations. Yeah. Yeah, all we have is request and destination. We don't have the cruise information on that. I wonder how long that's been happening. Because you don't have the cruise destinations in there either. All right, well, that's a different issue. So let's just see if our app insights work. What's this? Oh, application insight smart detection? What are you? Oh, that's weird. Don't know what that is. Don't care. Okay, cool. Server requests haven't been logged yet, so I doubt they're in there. We should have dependencies. Okay. Yeah. This is all of our insert into. So that was when we seeded our data. Okay. So we've got OpenTelemetry working too. Requests. How's it pulling? It's not pulling the requests yet. I'm guessing those will still take a little bit more time. All right, so we definitely got telemetry traces, which was nice, but I'm guessing the stuff hasn't gone through the logs yet, which is annoying. So yeah, there is this like delay on logs that can be very, very frustrating at times. That's throwing me off. That's wild that that's doing that. So yeah, I don't think that's a big issue. Okay. Just waiting to see if I can get these requests in. That's so weird. Are we getting trace logs? No traces either. But we got dependencies. So like we know that OpenTelemetry was successful because we got these OpenTelemetry traces and they're from today. So that's, and these are actually from that request. If you look at the timestamp, 411, it's 1112, so it's going to be like 1111 on that. The earliest one was 405. That was when we deployed it. So yeah, I mean, I'm confident in saying that like we got OpenTelemetry working. I just think that the problem here is that it just takes much longer than expected for requests to get routed. And if for some reason that they're not getting routed, then that's an issue that we can pass in. We can say, hey, like, here are the steps that we followed, and we're not getting routes to populate. So kind of a toss up on that. I'm actually going to end it there. I need to figure out food and stuff because it is lunchtime for me. But this was fun. I will definitely try to get on stream again. I need to log that error. Let's see. FastAPI doesn't. Dang, just blowing up my spot, sis. FastAPI doesn't have routes. All right, cool. All right, so this has been fun, y'all. Thank you for hanging out with me. We'll try to do this again in the future, but see you.